Why did I pick up another tandem air? Because I don't think I have any data on one of the older Brilliances or Synchronies. So it was actually pretty cheap from a local thrift store, but it's in pretty bad condition cosmetically. I mean, it's full of... I tried to fix a screw well in there, and I'm kind of wondering if that's what that noise was. Hopefully not. Figured I'd bring out the S30, or yeah, S30, so you guys could see some of the differences between them. Now, the S30 has the new bag dock system on it, as to where this still used the old Type W bag with the cardboard collar. The filters on them are the same. The wiring harness has changed, so it builds the micro switches into the harness rather than being replaceable like they were in this one. I believe it was in the fetch here that the micro switch down here had failed, or the housing around it had cracked. So it's like, you know, I go to look up the part number, and it's like they want a whole assembly, you know, the whole wire harness, and it's like, no, because I know, you know, we used to replace those. The after filter for the direct air motor is bigger on these too. It's quite a bit smaller on those. I don't think that makes a very big difference, honestly. And then, of course, you know, some of these things are just design differences. You know, this is just how the Simplicity Grate looked versus the Riccar Grate. And, of course, the headlight design, and this is missing its lens. Let's see. Height adjustment's a little bit different because they added a few additional levels with the updated S30 line. And then, of course, another design differences between the Simplicity and Riccar is the handle. And they actually did add that in when they went to just having Riccar as the upper line brand. Because this you can grab from either way, but you can only grab with like the front part of your fingers on here. It's a little bit uncomfortable sustaining it. And then, of course, the door lock is a little bit different, but that too has changed with the updating. The hose is obviously longer on the new one, and then this has a kind of a magnetic part down here, so that kind of holds it in place. And this one has a broken retainer for its hose. Another difference is that they changed the valve. And they did that because people would sometimes forget, you know, that, oh, you know, I changed that to a tool mode or whatever, and they'd be wondering why their brush roll wasn't working because, you know, the little micro switch that's back here. Fan housing access has changed. So all you had to do to access the back part of the fan housing was just take off those two screws. I'm sure there's some... well, of course there was the motor change in these two. This does have the Amtech upper motor to it, or clean air motor, as to where this one has the Samsung. So that's kind of the main purpose of me picking this up, is I wanted to see the difference in their cleaning power for myself. So, I almost forgot, there's the controls. You have a manual switch for carpet and floors on the older Riccar, but with the new ones, it always starts off in carpet mode. So you switch this on, this illuminates, and it starts in carpet mode, and you just push it to turn off, as to where you can start this one in either floor or carpet mode. I'm guessing it was another one of those consumer idiocy preventions. Alright, here's our ambient voltage. We'll start it off with just the clean air motor, and we are in floor mode. running a bit closer to 10 amps versus the 11 on the rating plate. Now obviously with the hose being a little bit shorter, this isn't going to be exactly a one-to-one comparison against the S30, but it's worth noting too that we do have a little bit of like a, I'm not even sure what to call this. It's like it just goes off track a little bit. It's like I still don't have a good method for trying to correct those. So, I mean, take it with a grain of salt, of course. But let's get to it. Totally forgot to mention it, but the filter system in here is from the, let me think, BRLS, I believe. So it would be the standard one, so it doesn't have a HEPA filter right here, it just has a foam filter in there, because the very bottom of the line one just had a foam filter, or electrostatic filter. But the Deluxe, which this is, and the Premium would have had HEPA filters. But, of course, they were interchangeable, so somebody probably just decided, you know, well, why pay more for this filter kit? So, just worth noting. So, I mean, really, we should probably compare this to that gray Riccar R30S, rather than to the numbers of this, because this does have the HEPA filter and such in it. But anyways, that aside, let's get on with it. It was interesting to me that we actually saw the nozzle suction increase with the with that direct air motor on, but I suppose, you know, maybe the additional flow was kind of overcoming some of the leaks, or allowing it to seal a bit tighter. I guess I don't really know, but I don't remember off the top of my head that happening with the S30, or the S40 for that matter. But yeah, it's like, seeing as I already have the newer iteration of this, I don't see the need to keep it around. And I think just due to it being kind of ugly and it having some problems, you know, some broken screw wells, like I know there's a broken screw well on the metal retainer on this side, and the cord, the cord's gotten pretty short. There was a ton of damage to it, so I think there's only about 18 feet of cord left on this. It's like those, they really, well, I suppose, you know, this is from 2007, so it's on the older side for, you know, a tandem air. Still, it was definitely interesting to get some numbers on it.